I don't know how many times I have to say it. We are not your children's keepers. You are. And parents and guardians have got to step up. A kid is dead tonight. Recovered guns that I know of before this happened from 2 kids. One of them was an assault rifle stuffed in the front of his pants.
My name is Tanya Terry, and I'm the Deputy Chief of Operations for IMPD. As always, this information I'm about to share with you is preliminary and subject to change. Before I get to the incident, let me say that my thoughts are with everyone that was impacted by this incidents of violence out here tonight.
What's the story, people? I saw this on my timeline. I said I have to check it out. So apparently, I think this shooting happened after the independence, July 4th/5th. But mass shooting, just like that. What is going on? Let's find out what happened. Let's see what the police had to say.
Including the victims, their families, and the first responders that were managing this chaotic scene and rendering aid. Here's what we know so far. At approximately 1:27 a.m., officers were investigating a disturbance at Washington and Meridian Street. They were notified of another disturbance down the street at Illinois and Washington Street. As officers were approaching that second disturbance, they heard shots fired, and as they arrived on the scene, they encountered several people suffering from apparent gunshot wounds. Officers and IEMS medics who were embedded with our officers immediately began rendering aid to the victims that they were encountering. They also called for several additional ambulances. In total, we had 5 victims transported away from the scene to area hospitals for treatment. A 6th victim was pronounced dead on the scene. A 7th victim walked into an area hospital and is in stable condition. 3 of those victims are juveniles and 3 are adults. We do not know the identity or the age of the victim that was pronounced dead at the scene. The victim who died at the hospital was a juvenile. We have also recovered several firearms at the scene. We do not yet know.
Wait. People just have no regard for life. Like, these kids do not care anymore. The kids don't care. And also, like, do they not have, what are the parents doing? Sometimes people blame the police. And you can't blame the police for everything. Everything starts from home. Kids. Oh my God. And I'm guessing this probably happened late at night. Like, I'm not sure about you guys. Growing up, you be going up so I used to go let's say you go for like a Paddy's Day, St. Patrick's Day parade in Ireland. After like 8, 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock, before I'm back home, I have to be back home. Because my parents used to say, nothing good happens after dark. Nothing good happens after dark. But these kids, there's no one controlling them. Most of these kids now. And the fact that the police have to go through this, they have to be the one to break the news to the parents, or your kid. Oh, God. Let's continue.
Know whether those firearms were involved in this incident. Our detectives will work to determine that. And we have multiple people, about 7 people detained for further investigation. We also don't know their involvement at this point in time. The investigation is early. I think that's the very brief facts that we have at this time. At this point, I'll turn it over to Chief Bailey.
Chris Bailey, Chief of Police for the Indianapolis Metropolitan Police Department. I'll just add on a little bit to what she said about our thoughts and prayers for the victims here tonight, their families, and the long road ahead for all of them as we try to uncover exactly what and why this all happened tonight. This kind of violence, whether downtown or any of our neighborhoods, is completely unacceptable and unnecessary. Unnecessary.
Do you know what? For me, I don't care if you guys are part of gangs, you fight with each other. do your stuff, but do it like in your streets, your area. Don't come to the C center and take innocent lives. I'm sure someone innocent would have got shot. Imagine you could be a Uber driver, a Lyft driver, someone that's just doing someone going for a jog, someone just living a normal life, and then they get caught up in this. It's the innocence life that, oh my God. I just can't picture what's the parents that trying to do the right thing, knowing that their kids have to live their lives, knowing that they could be friends. They could end up being, walking past people like this that've got this way of thinking that everything has to be violence, violence, violence. And let's be honest, some of these kids, their dad is probably in jail. Their granddad probably died when he was 21. Like, they used to so much violence that it's become normal. Like over here in the UK, when someone dies, let's say someone gets stabbed, it's like the shock. It's like, oh my God, like the pain, because we don't get happening often. Well, I hardly ever see it. Thank God, I hardly ever see it happening. I never ever. But over in the United States, in some areas, it's become so normal. I remember I did a reaction to a shooting that happened in Michigan, and they said it was the first one to happen. Is it White Lake? Yeah, somewhere called White Lake. I think it was the first shooting that killed someone this year, and I was surprised because I'm so used to like hearing like there's always a shooting every day. Places like Chicago. Wow. Let's continue.
Thousands of people came downtown tonight, enjoyed the fireworks, and went home. Thousands more chose to come down here and all night cause trouble. I was down here until about 12:30 tonight. I worked with my officers, took the runs with them, dealt with the disturbances, dealt with the utter disrespect for our city, for our laws, and for law enforcement. Hundreds of unsupervised kids down here. I don't know how many times I have to say it. We are not your children's keepers. You are. And parents and guardians have got to step up. A kid is dead tonight.
I agree, 100% agree. 100%. Because before it gets to the police, the parents could stop this. The police are just there to deal with whatever happens after. They're not your kids' minders. But to be fair, the parents are probably doing the exact same. Again, this is not every parent. Obviously, this is just some people that make the rest of people look bad. The parents are probably doing the same thing. The kids grew up seeing their parents do this. Oh my God. Look at him, he's tired. Normally, it's much like, yeah, we're gonna try. Hopefully it doesn't. No, they're tired. They are tired. Look at his eyes. He's been here all night. He's got a family to go back to. People always assume the police doesn't, they're not humans. They've got families that love them that they have to go back to. They shouldn't just be out here. Obviously, it's their job to make sure that everyone is safe. Make sure that everyone's obeying the law. But they're not your kids' minders. Hundreds, and kids. Some of them, they're gonna be rude to the police as well. And then any little thing, you're being racist. No, it's not being racist if they tell you to stop causing trouble and go home. They probably told those people to go home, like, like, nah, that's been. When I see that happening over here in the UK, obviously, don't get me wrong, a lot of racist stuff happens. But when I see people that just use any excuse, just because it's the police, it's sad.
And we just don't know the age of the young man down the street, still here, dead.
Wow.
He looks young.
Wow.
It's unacceptable. The police department all night long went from place to place to place, trying to prevent these kind of things. And I gotta be honest, I'm tired of it. You should be tired of it. This is not our job to do this. It is unnecessary. You don't have to act like this. Our officers, half a block away.
I'm not gonna lie. When he said that, you don't have to act like this. So it might have gone past some of you guys' head. But I have a feeling I think he knows I know what he's talking about. When he says you don't have to act like this. And I can hear some, again, because I watch I see a lot of black people in America. And that's definitely black people talking in the background. I think this is more, is it, I'm guessing, I think it's talking about black people. I think so. And he can't even say it. He can't say it. Because it would be deemed racist. People talk about stereotype and everything. I could be wrong, but I think he's talking about black people. I think so. You can tell. But I agree with him. Again, not all black people are like this. But the small minority that do this stuff makes everyone else look bad. Same for white people. Whenever someone from the white area, when some people from the white area are doing something bad, they make everyone else look bad. But look, they're tired.
From when before this shooting started, dealing with another group of individuals fighting. We made almost probably
100%. I think it's black. Yeah. Black. It's black all over it. Yeah.
Well, we're still tallying them. About 20 arrests tonight. Recovered guns that I know of before this happened from 2 kids. One of them was an assault rifle stuffed in the front of his pants. I'm not sure anymore what it's going to take for some in our community to wake up. I've said it. This is where the kids are. This is where they are on Friday and Saturday nights. If you want to engage them, if you want to help them, you want to prevent some of this violence, this is where they are. Here, they're here. Come down. I invite all of those who think that I'm exaggerating this or that I'm saying just because it's downtown. No, nowhere else in the city is this concentration of people in one small area, less than a half a mile.
Wow.
Come down and see for yourself. You don't have to take my word for it. You can see them being dropped off by their parents. 5 or 6 at a time out of the car.
What?
You can see them jump out of Ubers and Lyfts. And you can see them jumping off the buses that they ride down, that they miss and then linger around downtown. Heck, look to your left. You're still going to see some people that probably shouldn't be out here right now, lingering.
Oh.
Not.
It's funny, but it's not funny. It's still, as he's talking, he's still so does downtown mean city center, right? I think that's what it means. So he's saying, I'm telling you guys right now, they're getting dropped. These kids are getting dropped by their parents, even though the parents know this area is bad for this at this time. Like we all know in our city, there's places that like over here, there's places I'm not gonna go after 6 p.m. because I know there's a good chance something bad is gonna happen. That's what it's known for. Why would you drop your kids at this place when you know? And it's generational. Because then, if these kids go to jail, then the kid probably has a kid already, then it's going to be going on and on and on, and it never ends. It never ends. It's so sad to see.
Not going to bars, not going to restaurants, didn't come down here to see the fireworks, shooting fireworks off at our community from the top of parking garages. Unnecessary. Any questions?
Is it going to take other city departments to step up? And
No, see, we keep going back to what's the government going to do? What's the city going to do? The city's invested in this. Millions of dollars the city, taxpayers, pay for police overtime to staff this 1 square mile area with, there was a couple hundred cops down here between state police and Capitol Police and IMPD and other police department agencies. Yes, we're going to keep doing our job. The city of Indianapolis, government, the police department is going to continue to do our job. We're not going to solve this. Not just by the police. We made 20 arrests tonight.
Wow. Actually, wait, was it Indianapolis where the George Floyd incident happened? Was that Indianapolis? I think so. Was it Indianapolis? Can someone please mention, is there like a major city? Is Indianapolis a city or a state? That I might know. That's Indianapolis. That's popular.
Bailey, you're a dad.
Yeah.
What would you say to those parents out there?
I don't understand it. I know where my kids are at all time. So maybe that's maybe I shouldn't be that way. 16-year-old daughter. I cannot imagine letting her roam around down here tonight like she was, like kids were. Unattended, unsupervised, nothing to do. Some of these individuals that were shot could have been very well not engaged in any kind of disturbance whatsoever. But could have been very well not engaged in any kind of disturbance whatsoever. But
some guy just walked behind him. Mate, see exactly what's chatting about. You can see a news. Oh my God. I'm sure there's other places you could have gone by. Like, why? Why? Look at that again.
In any kind of disturbance whatsoever. But it just caught up in a crossfire. Merely down here, enjoying ice cream. Or maybe they were down here for the fireworks or wanted to see what's going on in the circle and got caught up in whatever's happening. But look, nothing good happens after midnight. Some of these kids should not have been out here, period. They missed the bus going back. Was some of the stories that we heard. One of our officers prevented 2 young girls from getting into a stranger's car because they missed the bus to go back home. Wait, you have no ability to call your parents? Your parents wouldn't come pick you up if you missed the bus? There is a problem. There is a problem. It's not going to be solved by the police.
They were going to get into strangers' cars just like that. There is no way. I don't call it whatever you want to call it. When I have kids, oh my God. I'm going to love them so much, obviously. I love them to bits. But I'm going to be strict. When I say strict, because I want to keep you alive. You are my responsibility. I don't care, call it or I'm going to have to know where you are every time. Once you're living under my roof when you're under 18. Even after 18, I feel like up to age like 21, 22. I have to know where you're going. It's my job. It's my responsibility. I feel like most of these parents today, they don't care. They don't care. Loads of parents don't care anymore. And the kids are growing way too fast. They keep forgetting they're kids. Be a kid. It's okay to be a kid. Live your life as a kid when you're a kid. You're going to have time to be an adult. But be a kid first. Don't rush it.
It's our job to try to keep people safe, and they did it tonight. I watched it with my own eyes. I helped do some of it. They did all the work. They ran toward the gunfire down here as they were working another fight. They're all in. They're all in. So when I hear people say, oh, we're just worried about minor things in downtown Indianapolis. No, minor things turn into big things. The amount of guns that I saw tonight on people roaming around here with nothing else to do. We can't do anything about it. Like, unless you're a kid, there's nothing, unless you're doing something with the gun or doing something illegal, we can't go up and ask you what you're doing with the gun. That turns into bad things, especially when there's fights.
So in Indianapolis, you're allowed to just have a open. You can show it. Oh, so it's like it's not like obviously I think it's like Texas I think in California and New York, you're not allowed to open carry. I don't think so. But in Texas, you're allowed to open carry. Indianapolis, you're allowed to open carry. And obviously, most of these guns are not going to be registered to them. Probably stolen guns. They'll probably have the serial number sewn off. Take it. Again, I don't know. Let me know. Is this true?
When there's alcohol or there's weed induced.
So can you confirm it was one juvenile and then one adult who was dead?
We know for sure that there is one dead kid. The other one, dead individual, we're still. There's been nothing that occurred to make any kind of positive ID on that. I guarantee you, we're gonna share everything over the next day or so. All the arrests, what they were for. We're gonna give you pictures of the guns that we took from these kids, and we'll share more details about what happened here. And this could have very well happened in any neighborhood, but this is where the kids were. And I've told you this is where the kids were. This is where the kids are. I've told everyone this.
Message tonight to the ones who come downtown, because unfortunately this is the second weekend we've had mass situations here downtown with kids. Message to these kids of
This is not the second weekend. This has been going on for years, except now a lot of these. I want to use my words carefully. A lot of these kids have guns, and we know some of the indicators, right? Backpacks on backwards. Some of them are wearing masks and other things where they can easily disguise themselves because there's cameras everywhere. They did it right under a camera tonight. We made those arrests in the Canal shooting and the one at 30 South Meridian Street. Technology helped us do that. We're going to use technology again. We're going to find out who did it, and we're going to hold them accountable. And if I can convince the prosecutor to hold parents accountable, I'm going to do that too. I don't know that I can because there's a set of rules, and why I may see the rules differently than the prosecutor because the prosecutor has to prosecute them. But I'm going to seek some kind of accountability to parents. There has to be more than just what are the police doing.
That'll be our final question. Thank you all.
Thank
thank
you.
you.
It's sad, but please let me know if there's any more. I like stories like this because it teaches us a lot. Like, this has happened now. Hopefully, parents can see this. I'm like, look, talk to your kids. When I was growing up, whenever there's a big events that happen, like let's say some kid died, my dad calls me to his room. He speaks to me for like an hour. He says, look, I trust you. But I'm doing this because I love you. And I do that to my little brother. My little brother is 23 now. I tell him, whenever I hear any kid get killed or something like that, I call him like, look, I love you, but I have to have this call with you. Do not do this. Do not go here. Do not do that. And he knows that. I feel like everyone knows what not to do. I feel like you as a person, you know where not to go in your neighborhood. The kids know where not to go. So if they end up going there, you shouldn't blame the police. It's the parents. Obviously, the parents and the kids are there. But if the kids won't listen to their parents, if they have no respect, people don't respect their parents anymore. They have no respect. And they're like 13, 14, 15, 16. Carrying guns in front. Obviously, you're allowed to have guns if you're using it for the right reason. For protection. But as a 15-year-old, what are you protecting yourself from? Unless you are part of that life as well. Sorry, this might sound bad. This might sound like but I'm just sick of hearing some other kid dying. Because it's become so normal. Why is it so even though it's not happening here in the UK, where I'm living, it's just in America. I'm just sick of it. I'm so sick of it. And it's all these people that look like me. Obviously, I know it happens a lot for white people as well, but the most I see is people that look like I'm like, oh my God, that's another kid gone. That probably has a good, and then you hear the same story. He was a good kid. He had this plan. Yet, sorry for ranting, but it's just sad. I'm so glad the police chief said everything he said there, and the lady. I'm so glad they said it's good to be honest. Just say it as it is. I love that. You guys want to see more stuff like this? I love stories like this because we don't get to see. People don't hear about this in the UK when this happens, but because I watch a lot of American news and now, so I get to see all this stuff. But yeah, you guys want to see stuff similar? Comment down below what you guys want to see, and I'll see you guys very soon. Bye bye.